Good morning, everyone. So yesterday we had a fantastic snorkel over at hold on, let me wait till that radio's finished. Somebody doesn't not let go of their button. It's quite annoying. Anyway, we'll see if you can hear it. We had a great snorkel over at Scott Island. Two really good reef sections, one on each side, and then this great little grassy area in the middle, right in front of the beach, which turtles love. And there were three turtles we were able to swim with and get really good video of. So that was pretty spectacular. In fact, it's a place I think we'll definitely take Braylon and Matt, and love to take Penny, but I don't know if we can get her back here and then back to the dock fast enough. Anyhow, so we have just slipped the ball in Francis again, and we are heading over to
Christmas, Buck Island, and probably Charlotte Amalie.
Yeah, Christmas Bay, Buck Island, and then we'll go back to Charlotte Amalie to spend the night. Do we need? No, we don't. We're trying to scope out where we want to take Bill and Penny. So they're coming in on a cruise ship for the day here in St. Thomas towards the end of January, and we're going to take them out on an excursion. So today is all about fact finding. We want to check out Christmas Cove, which I do know is a huge cruise ship stop, and probably Buck Island too. So they'll both be pretty busy. I think there's 3 or 4 ships in that week, that day that they're here. But we're going to go check out those 2 places for snorkeling and just accessibility and how far it is and all that. And then we're going to go to Charlotte Amalie and figure out how we get them. Like where, it's a pretty big dock and it's fairly accessible, but you know, where would be the best place to try and meet them, that kind of stuff. We want to give them that information because I don't know how much communication we'll have between when they leave and when they get here. And they're only in port from 8 to 5, so we really have to maximize the time that they're here and make sure we get them back to the dock in time. So lots of things for us to understand from a logistics standpoint. So we're gonna go mess around with that a little bit today, and probably tomorrow as well. So hopefully we'll get in the water today and check out some snorkeling. Not sure, but I'll let you know and you'll see what we see. We just did a drive-by on Christmas Cove, and now we're on our way to Buck Island. But AJ's eyeing these spots right here. It's obviously a dive site. There's a boat there, and there's...
Looks like it might be pretty cool on the calmer day.
Yeah, there's quite a few buoys. Will they hold the big boats?
Yeah.
Okay. People over there. Yeah, it might be. It feels a little current-y to me, and I get a little uncomfortable when there's a lot of current, and this feels very exposed. So right in the middle of the channel. So I'm not sure if I would love it. Maybe in that little section right there in between the 2 little rock heads or coral heads or whatever those are, because obviously boats aren't going to come through there. But I don't know, we'll check it out maybe on a calmer day. It's a little there's some north winds today, and it's made everything a little choppy. Why is this not coming on? A little choppy. We don't usually get north winds through here. So anyway, on to the next place. Okay, we've made it to Buck Island. AJ's back there getting his fins and thing. He's gonna go check the mooring. So we don't know how well these are maintained, and they're used a lot. But it's a small little bay. Like, see how close we are to the rocks? And look, there's a ball right behind us. But there are a lot of day charter cruise ship boats that come over here with massive amounts of people to snorkel. It is a turtle sanctuary or something, so there's supposed to be lots of turtles out here. But like, there's a boat, one of the day charters right there with a bunch of snorkelers. They're all getting, I think they're all getting back on the boat now. They were all in the water when we came in. So this is the place we're thinking about bringing Penny and Bill, just because it's close. There's a lighthouse up there we could hike up to. Not that I think Penny will want to take a hike. But yeah, how's it look? Good? Okay. Alright, so mooring ball looks good. So that's nice. So it's a little rough for snorkeling, but we'll jump in anyway. I really want to understand what it is that we're taking them to snorkel, in case we can't get all the way back to St. John, which is really where I want to go. So we'll see. All right, well, you guys will see what we see. Okay guys, so just run back to the boat. Hold on. We did our snorkeling adventure and we got back on the boat and we looked up, and this boat that had just come in while we were swimming back didn't look right. It was just floundering a little bit and it was awfully close to shore. So AJ was like, oh my god, I think they were aground. And there was a motorboat that's sitting over there that had just come in also with some snorkelers. So we yelled at them to come see if they could help get this guy off. So we've been working for the last hour to try and get this boat loose. They've got the halyard connected right now to that motorboat, and they're trying to tip it over to see if they can, see if they can float it off, because it's hung up on rocks, but it is not moving. The keel is dug in or wedged in between rocks, and the rudder all inside, he said, where the rudder is connected is all cracked. So it's just getting shit beat out of it out there.
Yeah, we pulled the anchor out, what, maybe 50 feet?
Yeah. Pulled the anchor out
So that try to winch again.
They seem a little new to sailing.
Very new. Brand new boat.
Brand new boat. I was thinking it was a charter boat, and I was hoping it was a charter boat, because at least then, you know, they're only liable for whatever they would have to pay. But now they've got a whole freaking boat. Yeah, it can't sink because it's sitting on rocks. But it's going to be a lot of damage for sure. So kind of shitty. I feel bad filming it, but you know.
What's the towboat? Well, towboat's what, 2 hours out? 2 miles.
2 miles.
Alright, so
They should be around the corner. You want some water?
Yeah.
So the towboat's coming from over there, and supposedly they're 2 miles out, so they should be here fairly soon.
Charlotte Amalie.
Yeah. He's still in the water. What's he doing in the water? Just checking out the situation? Yeah, that boat is... Oh, there goes the halyard. Wow. Okay, well, we had the boat hooked to the halyard, trying to lean it over, and the halyard just broke. Huh? Dang it. Yeah, sometimes you wonder, we doing more damage trying to get it off, but yeah, this is just so sad. And it so easily could have been, I mean, we were coming in and AJ said, what about that ball up there? It looks kind of shallow. We were like, yeah.
Well, I think they missed the mooring ball.
They did, well, she said they did catch the mooring ball, but then it came loose. I don't think she tied it right. Here's that ain't towing it. That boat doesn't look like it's going to tow it.
Yeah.
Oh, does it? Okay. Okay. There's the towboat. I think they're just trying to assess right now. I mean, it's tight in here. These balls are close, but I don't... No, it leaves no room to screw on. We're on a mooring ball. I mean, we're not 40 feet, not even a boat's length from the shore. Maybe a boat's length. But but there's a ball actually behind us that you could hook to, and you would literally be up on that shore. So just crazy. Thank you guys for helping.
Well, sorry to get done.
Yeah, we tried. What kind of boat is it? You
I
know?
thought it was a hunter, but it says the Marion 50.
That's what I was thinking too. It was a hunter, but I've never heard of Marion 50.
I
So
think it's a hunter. I think somewhere on it says hunter. Not my choice to go be on the ocean.
they just sail around
Yeah, they
coastal
just stay
here.
right here.
Yeah.
It doesn't like being on the rocks, I know that.
No.
Oh, I've never met a boat that does like it.
Oh, there goes the bow. Oh, oh, oh,
Oh, what? Hit again.
oh! Yeah.
Oh, I need some water.
God, I'm afraid he's going to break that keel off. Just pull that anchor up. He's going to slam it into the front of the boat.
Yeah, you need to get that anchor on.
Are they loose?
Getting there.
Maybe now he can pull it straight.
He's going for it. Nope.
Damn it. We were coming in. I went to pick up that ball. It doesn't have a painter.
Right.
And AJ was like, there's a ball up there. And I'm like, that looks awfully tight. I'm so glad we didn't go in there. He looks free. He's free. Woo!
How much damage was done? We'll never know.
Yeah.
No, you have seats out. $200 a year just in case.
Okay.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, it's off and it's still floating. Hopefully it's not taking on any
Mike, you gotta
water.
get that anchor up. Mike, get your anchor up and slam it into the boat.
Can't pull it up by hand? Probably not while the boat's moving.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, we will. Y'all too.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Ready to get out of here?
Be careful with your snorkeling.
We could
You can
the
snorkel
wreck
it.
if you want.
I don't want to get back in, but I'll wait out on the boat for you if you want to.
I think I might do that.
Okay. What an afternoon. Oh my God. That was crazy. They're out there now trying to get the anchor up because their windlass froze. So
We had a lot of problems.
we did a couple of things to try and help. First of all, we tried to pull them off from several different angles, us and another much more powerful boat. And that didn't work. And then they finally dropped a sail and got the halyard and tried to basically turn it on its side
Pull it from the top of the
yeah,
mast
to kind of float it off,
to
basically.
tilt the boat to help free the keel.
Yeah, to free the
We
keel.
didn't have enough horsepower and anything.
And then that wouldn't work. Then we took a line and we ran it from the winch to the mooring ball and back to the boat so that he could try and winch the boat with a little bit more power, because the winch is obviously more power, and he put way too many wraps on it,
It overrode itself
and overrode
jammed
it.
up.
So it was jammed. And then
we took his anchor out about 50, 75 feet
Mhm.
and dropped it in the water so he could, use the windlass to pull the boat off the reef.
But we think that
something with the windlass failed.
the windlass failed too. So we're guessing that maybe when he overrode the winch, it may have tripped a breaker or something,
the windlass,
or blew a fuse, or
I don't know.
we don't know. It's a mess. So
if you don't know, there's a clutch on the windlass, so the clutch could have been slipping, or it could have blown the fuse.
it looks like a brand new boat, but it is a plastic fantastic. So it's not. No boat is meant to be run aground and up on rocks, so that's not the issue. But it was like a little bit of a cluster of things going on that got him in that situation. The very first thing is they should have never gone for that ball. Because it's it really is way too shallow.
We passed on that one.
Yeah, we passed on it because it's way too shallow. And then when they picked up the ball, whoever picked up the ball didn't tie the boat off.
Yeah, didn't cleat it.
I don't know.
It didn't seem like she knew what she was doing.
Yeah. So I don't know if she didn't cleat it, or maybe she just wrapped it around it and doesn't know how to do a cleat hitch or whatever. And it literally
cleated and tied off, and it came off the.
It just came loose from the ball, and before they knew it, they were in the rocks. So there was nothing they could do. So it was a mess.
It was pretty painful to watch.
It was very painful to watch, especially every time that boat did this. You could see that rudder just heaving out of the water and slamming back down. I'm actually really surprised it didn't break off. Like, I'm wondering if he has steering. But
They got the towboat to tow.
yeah. So what a mess. But we did find out that there is a wreck that we knew was supposed to be here and we couldn't find it. The wreck is actually under the catamaran that we were just sitting by. So AJ's gonna get back in the water and go swim the wreck. I'm just not motivated to do that. Yeah. Yeah, I thought about that while we were out there. We should have taken that. So he's gonna go back out, swim the wreck. He'll take the camera and you guys will see what we see. Exciting afternoon. The Curtanza Sonora, a former World War II freighter, has been transformed into one of the most popular diving sites in the Caribbean. Resting in about 45 feet of water off the coast of Buck Island, this maritime relic serves as a sanctuary for vibrant fish, colorful coral, and the occasional sea turtle or octopus. Broken into 3 pieces, this haunting vessel tells a tale that began around 80 years ago. Measuring at 190 feet, the Curtanza was used to transport goods across the Atlantic. After the war, the vessel was outfitted as an agricultural cargo ship, bringing goods from South America to the Caribbean islands. Rumor has it that the crew of the Cortanza began to expand their exports in the 1970s, and their additions were not completely legal. Near the end of the decade, the captain and crew scuttled the ship in the St. Thomas Harbor, apparently because the Coast Guard caught wind of the nefarious activity. The abandoned freighter was a navigational hazard for cruise ships coming into the St. Thomas, so the Army Corps of Engineers were brought in to decimate the wreckage. The St. Thomas dive shops rallied against this idea because the wreck had become a popular recreational spot. They were able to secure the money for a crane so that they could relocate the Cortanza to a protective grove off Buck Island. But by the time they did so, the original relocation spot was no longer possible. On June 16, 1979, the crane dropped the Cortanza in 85 feet of water instead of the planned 40 feet, restricting its access to advanced divers only. A decade later, Hurricane Hugo hit the Virgin Islands and rolled the Cortanza into shallower water close to Buck Island. And get this, because of Hurricane Hugo, the massive freighter had finally found its resting place exactly where Bill Letts had originally planned, lying in about 45 feet of water in Shipwreck Cove. The Cortanza can be visited by all levels of divers and can be seen from the surface. Out where Penny and Bill will be coming in, where we can meet them, take a picture, drop a pin, send them all that so they'll know. By the way, guys, if you're watching these videos and you haven't subscribed to our channel, we'd love for you to go to YouTube and actually subscribe. It'll get you notifications as to when new videos come out, and it just lets us know who and how many people are watching our videos, which is always kind of cool. So anyway, subscribe and like. Yeah, like our video and comment. We have one new follower that comments on every single video, SB Serenity. So if you want to, if you have any comments, any questions, anything like that, feel free to put them in the comments. I'm pretty good about following up with those, so it might not be the same day, but I'll get back to you. Okay, thanks.
All right. I think we're ready now.
Maybe. Alright, we've decided to head into town for dinner. Early dinner, because we're starving. We didn't eat anything today. Hopefully we will not be disappointed. We'll see. To dinner. There's a place called Stone.
Ice cream store.
Ooh, Stonehouse Cafe, I think, is where we're heading. That had pretty good reviews, so we'll see. Cute little town. Stonehouse, there it is. Oh yeah, this is like the heart of fine jewelry. Yes. It's the best place to get fine jewelry. Salmon pasta in a pink sauce. That sounds yummy. That sounds good. I wonder if we can just walk in. I didn't need a reservation. I don't know, I was going to wait and see if somebody comes up. You just sat? Okay. Food is here. looks yummy. We've got a little live music going on with the steel pan up there. Yeah. All good in the Caribbean.
I got a pork chop.
AJ got a pork chop. He's super happy about that. Oh,
They're closed.
that is so disappointing. Why would an ice cream place right outside 4 different restaurants close? I would have gotten dessert at the restaurant if I had known. It's very disappointing that the ice cream shop is closed. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure it was open when we walked by.
It was yummy dinner though.
The food was really good. I bet the dessert would have been good too. There was a dessert on there that looked yummy. But I didn't get it because I thought I was going to have ice cream. So,
Alright, we'll get ice cream at the grocery store tomorrow.
yeah.
And you
very
can have it more than once.
Every place around the water is smelly. You struggle with that.
We live on the water.
I know, but sometimes it's just really smelly, and I don't like it. Alright, where's our dinghy? Please still be there. Do you see it? I don't see it. Oh, all the way over there. I was panicking. I thought it was on this wall. I'm like, oh my god, our dinghy is gone.
We can take the $2 taxi to wherever.
I just want to go back to the boat. Little cutie little shops over there. Pretty busy here.
Yeah.
It's a happening little town. There's not even any cruise ships here. Just busy.
Yeah, they're all open and they have cruise ships.
Yeah, there's our dinghy. I'm gonna need a light.
We don't have one. I did bring it.
Okay, hold on.
Look, we're all dirty now from rubbing on.
I know. It's really irritating. I need you to hold something. I need both my hands.
Both hands. Challenges
I
of
need the
boat
light
life.
on the...
Alright, I'm showing them our combination. Turn the camera around.
It's tight.
Alright.
Dinner was a success, which is really exciting because, like I said, every dinner that we've had out recently, we've been disappointed at.
Dessert was a failure.
Dessert was a failure. I'm very disappointed not to have ice cream. But that's all right. We're heading back to the boat. Tomorrow we'll head out to the grocery store and hopefully get some ice cream.